Hello, everyone. Welcome to Creativity with Jennifer. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am here tonight to have some crafting time with you. This is my monthly craft along, so you should have received your packets by now for those that ordered the supplies to craft along with me tonight. So I hope you enjoy the projects, and if by chance you did not receive the packet, you can still receive the packet. I do have one still available, so I will be able to send that to you. Or if you place a $45 minimum order shopping with the link in the video, I will send you all the supplies to make the projects as well. So there's two ways you can get it. I have one kit still available, and then if you want the card makes, then place a minimum of a $45 order, and I will send you all the supplies to make our projects tonight. All right, so this is my first time with Craft Along. I tried it way back when, and I dropped the ball and then ended up not doing it at all. So we are bringing it back. This is going to happen the fourth Monday of every month. So I will be working on getting the September Craft Along information out this week. So be on the lookout for that so you can start getting your registrations in as well for that. Welcome, everyone. Hello. I apologize for my time change. Originally, these are going to be at 7 o'clock on the fourth Monday, but I had some unforeseen things happen this afternoon that I had to take care of on my home property at the farm. And there was just no way I was going to be able to get back in time to do this at 7. So I do apologize, but thanks for being here tonight with me. Hello, Karen. How are you? All right, we are going to jump in. I am going to turn the camera so we can get started with our projects. Let's see. Hopefully I have everything together because I thought I was going to have a little time to get back to my studio before I went live tonight, but I did not have a chance. So let's see what happens, okay? That's all we're going to do. We're going to go with it. All right, so let's move our camera around. And hopefully, let's see, y'all know you don't want to see the ceiling. Sorry, I don't have any of that fancy equipment that that we're able to just turn the camera and there it goes, right? One day I will have that. How about now, Karen? Can you hear me? Is there sound now? Oh, goodness. Okay, is there sound now? Oh, goodness. Okay, my desktop is showing sound. Okay. All right, so something's wrong with my mic. All right. Well, we'll go without the mic. Who knows? All right, great, Debbie. Thank y'all. I just won't have my mic on tonight. So what I was saying is, if you get the $39 craft along kit, you will get $20 thereabout in free product. So this kit, you will get the baker's twine. You will get all the twines. You will also get the 25-27 in color pack. And then you will also get this pack of envelopes and cards, and it is called the Embossed Design Mix and Match Specialty Card and Envelopes. Now, I have never used these before, and after doing this craft along, they are amazing to use. So if you have not purchased these either, this is something that I would say go to. They are a little larger than our normal cards. These cards are 4.5 by 6.5. So they're a little larger than our normal standard cards that we make, but they are so easy to do cards. You get 10 cards and 10 envelopes in this pack. So this is along with the projects that we're going to do for $39, or you can get just the cards with the supplies by placing a $45 order, and then I will send you all of the cards that we're making tonight as well. So let's lay out the cards that we're going to be using. That is card 1. Here is card 2. Here is card 3. Okay. And then here is card 4. And then here is card 5. Okay. So these are the cards that we're going to make. So you should have received your kit. If you ordered it in advance, you should have received it in the mail. If not, I have one kit available left, or I can send you all the product when you place a minimum $45 order. All right, so let's dive in, because this is going to take a little bit, because with the craft along, I have not pre-cut any paper, so we're doing all of that together. Okay, so if I go too fast, just remember this is on record, so you can come back and watch it later, as well as it will also be posted on my YouTube channel, because you know Facebook now is starting to delete projects or videos after 30 days. So this will be on the Facebook page. I am going to plug in my phone. Give me 1 second, since I can't use the mic tonight. So I'm plugging in the phone. If you do not have my sound in a few seconds, please send me a message and I will unplug it as well. But I'm sure I will be okay this way. And that way I don't die. I hate that. But I had some unforeseen things today, and I have not been able to have my phone on charge. All right, so the first card we're going to get started with is this one here. So this one is very simple. So we're going to start out with simple. I am opening my pack. And like I said, you get 10 packs of cards and the envelopes. And the envelopes have a design at the top. So you've got stripe and you got polka dots. So, but they all come with the envelopes as well. as the card. So for this one, I am using the polka dot card base, which is right there. And then we're going to put these to the side so we can get started. Now this card that we are doing first is, let me get my measurements here. We are doing this one here. We are going to use Shy Shamrock and Shaded Spruce. So we're going to take my cutter here, and the Shy Shamrock is going to be cut at 2 3/4 by 3 7/8. So 2 3/8. Okay, so there is the 3/8. Wait a minute, is 2 3/8 is our shamrock, and that is by 3 7/8. All right. And you know what? I did that wrong. See, this is why I like pre-cutting mine. So we might be pre-cutting next time because I like to have it ready. So there is 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. All right, so this should be better right here. All right. And then we're going to layer that on a piece of Shaded Spruce that is 4 by 2 1/2. All right. All right, so this should line up to this. Yep, perfect. I cut that one way too big. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, then what I did is I took our leaves and I took our Shaded Spruce. Did I take Shaded Spruce? Nope, I did Shy Shamrock. That was it. I did Shy Shamrock, and I took our leaf. And we're going to put it on our block. We're going to take our Shy Shamrock ink, and we are going to stamp our leaves all over. There is no order. You're just going to put them around on your card. Okay? And don't stamp your desk like I did. Look. All right. And then we're going to take our adhesive and we are going to put it together. Okay. There is that. We're going to take our card base and we're going to go ahead and fold this. And they're already pre-scored for you. All you do is fold it. I'm going to take the bone folder and then I'm going to run it across here and give it that great crease there. And then this, did I? Yes, I did. We're going to put this on with our dimensionals. And I'm going to do 2 at the top and then 2 at the bottom. And let's do 1 in the middle so it don't sag, because we don't want it to sag. Okay. Alrighty. And then this is going to go right in the center. Okay. Then what I want to do is I wanted to take the dies from this set. And again, if you are doing yours while I am working on mine, if I am going too fast, remember you can always just watch and then come back at a later time and slow it up, speed it up, however you need to do it whenever you got your, since you have the kit. So I've got my cutting station next to me here so I don't have to keep getting up and down. I'm going to take my Shaw Shamrock and my shaded spruce, Shaw Shamrock and my shaded spruce, and I'm going to cut the solid on the leaves here, and then the inside part of the leaf I'm going to do here. And I'm going to run that through my die cut machine real quick. So go ahead and cut your pieces if you have to cut yours. Sometimes this might be easier if it's pre-cut prior, since you get the PDF file in advance. Maybe that's what we need to do going forward, is to have all your pieces ready and then we just assemble them. That might be the way I'll try September and see how that goes. All right. Now let's do the shaded spruce leaves real quick. Okay. Alrighty. And I've got those now pre-cut. There's those. Alright. Put the dies over there so we don't lose our dies. Because Lordy, have you ever lost a die? It takes forever to figure out where you put it. Alright, let me get my liquid glue. Since I forgot the adhesive sheets, let's take our liquid glue and put it gently on the backs of our leaf part here. But I want to make sure I have this going in the right direction. All right, so that's going to line up just like that. So we're going to put just a little bit of the liquid glue. Again, we have adhesive sheets that I could have put on the back of this cardstock and it would have turned it into a sticker. And I keep forgetting about those. So now I got to do it the hard way and use liquid glue. All right, so we're going to just barely, there we go, perfect. All right, so we're going to do the same thing with this one. All right, and then we're going to make sure the solid, yep, there we go, it's going in the right direction there. All right, and then we're going to, again, put just a little bit of liquid glue. And then we're going to line this up. Okay, so there is our leaves. Now what we need to do is take a piece of our basic white cardstock and we need to stamp our sentiment in the Shaw Shamrock, and the sentiment is going to be thank you. And where did I do with the word thank you? Okay, there is that. Now we got to get a block. Hold on one second. I've got a lot of stamp sets pulled out here in the middle of a card swap that I'm trying to get in the mail. So I got to swap out my blocks. All right, so we're going to do thank you. And I'm going to kind of put it out here to the end a little ways. And then I'm going to take the textured note dies. And I am going to cut this out. Uh-oh. I thought that was the one I used. Let me see if it's on my other table. One second. I done used it and didn't put it back in the paper. There it is. Awesome. So then I'm going to take the textured note dies, die, and I'm going to cut it out like this. Let me run that through the die cut machine. And, oops, come on. Oh, come on. Why are you wanting to move on me? Give me 1 second, guys. It has been a challenging day today, so bear with me. I had to deal with some things today on my property that I didn't think I would ever have to deal with. And it's kind of been a day. All right, so there is that. We are going to put this on now with our mini dimensionals. It's amazing how you have there it is, 5 or 6 packs, and then you never can find the one that's open. All right, so I found it. So we're going to do 3. We're going to do 1 on each end and then 1 in the middle. Okay. All right. And then, of course, you know, I like taking my pick tool and taking the backs off of the dimensionals there. All right. And then we're going to put this right onto the card. I'm going to say about right there. All right. Now we're going to take our glue dots and hook our leaves on. Let's see. We're going to put glue dot there, and we're going to stick that going off to the side. And then we're going to take this glue, this one, and I'm going to put 2 on this one just to make sure it is secured. And then it's going to go right there. Then you're going to take your linen thread, and I am tying a double knot on here. All right, so we're going to take our snips. We're going to cut it there, and then to make a double, I just looped it twice, and then I'm tying it now since I cut it on the end there. And then we're going to hook this on with the dimensionals. All right, maybe. Oh. All right. I thank everybody for being here tonight. I truly needed this little outing to get my mind off of stuff that's going on in life. All right. I love my crafting time because it does free my mind from all the things in the world that's happening. All right, so we got our bow, and now I'm going to take my glue dots, and I'm going to do, let's do 2. I think that'll be good. 2 glue dots, and then that's going to go right there. And then you can cut your little tails if you need to, or just leave them a little long. That's up to you. Now I am going to take my in color, my 25-27 in colors, and I'm going to get the Secret C, which is your darker color down on the bottom side there, and we're going to put our embellishments on the card. So we've got here, we're going to put that one there. Then we're going to do a little one in the center there. and then a medium size here. I try to use one of each size in the cards. That way you don't get stuck with just one size at the end. They're kind of equaled out. It's kind of what I try to make sure I do. All right, so there is card number 1. I did not do anything on the inside of these cards, so you can leave it just like this, write a message, or you can stamp and write a message. So that is card number 1. All right, so let's go to card number 2. I need to close up my glue. And well, I guess we've got to pick up the paste a little bit, or we are going to be here all night. And I don't want to do that. I'm going to try to keep it at an hour. So let's see where we go from here. All right, so here is card number 2. We are using the Shaw Shamrock again. The, oh goodness, Strawberry Slush Early Espresso, and I stamped it in Early Espresso using Happy Belated Birthday. All right, so here we go. Let's get started with this. So on this one, I am going to cut my Strawberry Slush in half, and that way I can run it through my embossing machine without having an issue. So we're going to just cut it, and then I'll put the separate sheet to the side. We've already got the Shaw Shamrock piece, so I'm not going to cut that one. And we've got the Early Espresso there, and I've got my strip of basic white for the label. All right, so let's get this cut out of the dies. If you did not get the die stamp set or the dies, please use what you have. Also, I did do some cutting for you, so you do have some of the pieces if you needed them. Anything that is not in the bundle, I did pre-cut for you. So any of the tags, the labels, any of those things, I did go ahead and cut because they were not included. All right? But anytime you want the cards to look like mine for Craft Along, you will need to purchase the bundle set that I'm using, because I don't do all the piece cuts, nor the, I can't do the stamping. That is totally against Stampin' Up! Policy. So I can't do any stamping at any time. All right, so for the leaves on this one, we're doing Shamrock on Shamrock. Yes, Debbie, it is the Coneflower. I was wondering if I was going to get to do this, because the moment that I was going to advertise this class for my Craft Along, it went on back order. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I ended up borrowing my uplines so I could get the samples made in hopes that it came back in stock so I could actually advertise my class. And luckily it did. And I didn't get a chance to look out there today, but as of yesterday, this set was still available. It was not on back order but again, so you should be good if you don't already have it. I didn't get to be on, I haven't been on the website today to look at any changes. I've been pretty busy today. I wasn't sure if I was even going to get to do my Facebook Live, is because as how crazy it's been. Real crazy. All right, so with this die, you have the top and the bottom, and I want to cut both of these pieces out. So we're going to run both of them through, and I'll show you what we're going to do once I do that. And then we've got to cut the other piece, and then we'll be ready to put this card together. So when this comes out, you have a piece that looks just like that. And that is what we want because we're going to actually fold it in a second. But I got to finish cutting out. That's why I said I will advertise the next time when we do Craft Along next month to go ahead and pre-cut your pieces. And that will save time to where we can just craft. All right. So there is that. Okay. Now we got to cut our stem out. I forgot to cut the stem. So let me run that through real quick. I would show you how I'm running everything through the die cut machine, but most of you know with paper crafting what a die cut machine is and how it works. I would like to show you ours, but if I put it on our table, it just really shakes my workspace too much, and I don't like it. So I try not to cut while I am videoing. All right, so I got all the pieces. And I want to go ahead and do the stamping before I put the card together. So let's pull out the early espresso. Okay, and then this one was a happy birthday. So let's see if I've got that on a mount or if I've got to mount it. And it looks like that should be in my stamp pack. Oh boy. Hold on, we gotta find the stamp set. There it is. Oh, this says happy belated birthday. Okay. Happy belated birthday. There we go. And now we need to get that on a block. Uh-oh, wrong size. I tell you what. Let me get these off of this block. There we go. Now, we're going to stamp this in early espresso. Happy belated birthday. And this is going to be fussy cut. I know some people don't like fussy cutting, but sometimes it's not that bad. It is a relaxing thing at times. So we're going to just kind of take our snips. And it's okay, guys, to have some white around your letters. When I first started fussy cutting, I thought I had to have all the white off. But if you look at our dies when we cut, there is always a white border around our dies. All right, so I am hoping my phone is not about to die. It just went down. I got it plugged in, so I'm hoping I don't get disconnected. If I do, I will pre-record and then post the video. All right, so there is that. Hopefully I'm safe. I've got it plugged in. That's all I can do. All right, we're going to try to get this done. So with this, we're going to take this and we're going to fold it at the top so you have your flower. And again, like I said, it did flicker. So if I get disconnected, I will just pre-record the video and then post it out there. We're going to take the other piece here and we're going to put a little bit of liquid glue on the back side. And we're going to go in here and do this. All right, and then this is going to go right on the top here. And using liquid glue does help you kind of be able to move it around to where you need it to go. All right, and then we're going to take this one here and we're going to put on here. And I'm only going to do a little bit because I don't want it gushing out. All right. Now, perfect. All right, we're going to take our stem and we're going to just put a little bit of glue right there. And then we're going to stick this on to here. Well, we're going to stick it on kind of straight. All right. Then what I did is I took the inside and I stamped the sentiment in there that says, I am sorry that I missed your birthday. And then, and I stamped that in Early Espresso as well. So let's do that before we forget. And this is, I'm sorry I missed your birthday. Okay, and that's going to go straight onto the flower top here. All right. And let me get that stamp set off of this. Should have known I needed all my stamp sets. Because I pretty much used this, now can I line this back up? You know what? I'm going to just use the Stampin' Right marker. I will not get that line back up, but I didn't stamp it correctly there. But I'll fix that with a Stampin' Right marker. All right. Now we're going to take this and we are ready to put it on our cardstock. Let's see, which con are we going to use for this one? We're going to use the lines for this one. So we're going to take our card base, we're going to fold it, do our bone folder along the edge, and then we're going to take some adhesive and we're going to glue it down right onto the card base, just like that. Okay? And now we're going to do the same thing with our leaves. We are going to attach these together just like we did before. All right. Here, here. All right. And, uh-oh, I think I got the wrong one. Guys, I promise to have it together. It's just been, I'll tell you what's going on. Today my son went to his deer stand on our property. I have 25 acres of land, and my son went on the property today, and there is a couple living in a tent back on my property. And I've had to work with Lexington County today to get them off of my property. And it's just been up and down because I had to put up more no trespassing signs and all of that kind of stuff. And when Lexington County was here, the people weren't in the back, so there was nothing Lexington County could do. So we got to catch them back there, and it's just been a mess. They were living on the church property that also connects to my property, and they were discovered from there about 3 or so weeks ago, and they moved. And then today when my son went to the deer stand, he found them back on our side of the property. So just dealing with all of that, it just wears you out. So I do apologize if I'm not together tonight all the way. As a Christian, it does bother me that they're there and I'm having to make them move. They don't want help. So when they were at our church property, they did not want help. We tried to help them through the church. They didn't want the help. And now they're on my side and I'm having to deal with that. And it's just heartbreaking. And I have a very soft heart. And so it's been a rough day. So I do apologize for kind of being scattered brain, more so than I am normally. because I'm always got something going on. And I was going to move the live till tomorrow, but I have granddaughter's first school volleyball, actual school volleyball, not a tournament. This is an actual volleyball game. So, some reason this is too close, so we're going to put this right down here. All right. I put the leaves up too far. I see what I did that time. All right, so there is card number 2. All right, so let's go on to card number 3. Oh, I hope you're having as much fun as I am. I am thoroughly enjoying these, and I hope you are too. So here is card number 3. I used, of course, the card base out of the Mix and Card Max. And then I used Seafoam, what is that one called? Soft Seafoam cardstock. And then Soft Seafoam ink and Secret Sea ink. All right, so this one was a lot of fun. So let's get started with this one. We need to get the striped card base. And we're going to take this and we're going to run our bone folder. You know the routine, guys. Let's take our bone folder there. And then on this one, we have the stamp set that has the speckles in it. And I did not clean that from playing this morning before going to work. Let me get the strawberry slush off of here. All right. I love me some strawberry slush. I am so glad that's one of the colors that we're going to have for 2 years. I love that. All right. So I've got my Secret Sea. And we're going to put our little speckles in the background. So I'm tapping it into my ink pad. And we're going to just stamp. There is no rhyme or reason, order, any of that. Let's leave that space there. And that's all we're going to put. So let's do it that way. Because I could really get carried away here. But I do not want to get too many out there and then it take away from the flower. Because this is really a unique set here, card that we're doing. You need to have a water paint brush for this part. All right, so I need some basic white cardstock here so we can cut out our flowers. And let me close this ink pad real quick. Let's get the trimmer. And I'm going to just slice off a piece here so we can cut out our flower. And then what else do we need? Oh, we got to cut the stem out as well as the, okay. So let's go ahead and layer this up. If you will get your dies and go ahead and get this cut out for those that are crafting with me. And if you missed out, I do have one kit left. In the comment, if you just type sold, I will reach out to you. It'll probably be tomorrow, but I will reach out to you so I can get the kit over to you to be able to purchase it, okay? And then if you just want to get, if you want it and the kit's already been sold, I can then turn around. You can place a minimum of a $45 order to be able to purchase it as well. So there's options, and you're welcome to any of the options. Uh-oh, I see what I'm doing. We got to stamp and then cut. I got carried away talking. Sorry, guys. Let's focus here. I got carried away talking. We got to stamp and then cut. All right, so pull out the Secret Sea because I stamped it all in Secret Sea. So we're going to take it and tap it into our Secret Sea. We're going to stamp. All right. And then we're going to stamp our stem. I was wondering when I was going to actually stamp the stem. Oh, I told y'all, it's been a day. That was no joke. But we're going to make it. Yes, we are. We are going to make it. All right. So let's get our leaf in here. And we're going to stamp those in Secret C as well. And then we're going to go ahead and use the paintbrush before I cut it. So what I did with the paintbrush is you're going to put just a little bit of water in your paintbrush or in your water paint. Well, I used this morning. There we go. All right, so you just barely want your brush tip wet. And then you're going to rub it around in the ink. You don't want to get it too wet because this is not the water-based cardstock, and it will shrivel and mess up the card. So you don't want your water paint too wet. But this is another way to use our ink. Also, you can tap it into the ink pad, but doing that, you see it got really dark. Another thing you could do is, let's try it this way because I don't want it that dark, is to press the top of it to get the ink. Let's see if it worked. Yep, see how I got the ink in the top there? Now I can use the water brush there and make it lighter. And that way we're not getting it too dark. Because I don't have the blends. Actually, I just ordered the blends and all of that. Otherwise, I would have used the refill. But we got it fixed. So I'm just barely wetting it because I don't want it too wet. Because this is not the water cardstock. And I don't want it to start tearing. So this is just another way of coloring your pieces. All right. Now we're going to do the same thing. Nope, nope, nope. We're going to do the same thing with our soft secret. No, what is it? Soft seafoam. I don't use that color very often, so I don't think to say the name. Let's see. There it is. I was like, do I have it out? All right, so we're going to press down on here. All right. Uh-oh. This one might not be as juicy. I got just a little bit. Let's see if this is enough. Look at there. All right. All right, guys, we are getting ready to approach our hour. So if you need to roll and jump off, you can always catch the replay. We've got 2 more projects to do. And I do apologize for it being late. That's why I originally going to do these at 7 because of the timing. But also for next month, I will have everything pre-cut. So when you purchase your kit, you will need to make sure you do the same thing if you're going to craft along with me, since it's going to be time consuming. Because I'm going to try to keep them at an hour max. because after a long day at work and farm life, I normally go to bed by 9:30 at the latest. So I understand. All right, so there is the coloring there. Let's close up these ink pads. Let me get this pre-cut, and then we will be ready to put this card together. And then this one will be done. All right. And then we've got 2 more to go. But again, I hope you have enjoyed the projects. I have thoroughly enjoyed doing these. So I hope you have as well. And then I am getting mini catalogs ready to go. Hopefully I will be able to have those in the mail tomorrow at the latest. Wednesday will be the absolute latest. And then because I will be doing my catalog launch September 1st. I was doing it September 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. But I've got a conflict with September 2nd, so I've got to see when I will be doing this. Why is this not going through my die cut machine? Oh my goodness, come on. Give me 1 second. My plates weren't lined up. Now I got to readjust. All right. Hopefully that's where it needs to go. All right, we gotcha. All right, so there's the stem. And there is that piece. And then I gotta cut out the leaf again because I stamped the same leaf instead of doing the 2 separate leaves like a silly goose. All right, oh, there it is. Hold on, guys. Dropped the die and I couldn't find it. I have dimensional backings all over my floor. Made it hard to see the die. I've been working on 42 card swaps from the new mini catalog and online exclusives. So I have been pretty busy. All right. So it is time to stop crafting a moment and get this room cleaned up. You know how we get to that point where you can't do any more crafting until your room gets picked up some? Well, that's kind of where I'm at. All right, so because of this piece having that extra top on there, we need to take our strips, our snips, and go ahead and just snip that top piece off. All right, just snip it off there, because it don't belong on our card. Now, we're going to put this on with our dimensionals. Where's the dimensionals? Do I need to get another pack? Because obviously, I done laid them somewhere. All right, so here we go. We're not going to keep hunting. Yep, here's another pack here. I tell you, I lose these things like crazy. And whenever I quit looking, they're going to be right here in front of my face. All right, so here we go. We got it. I am not worried about it. We're going to put one there, 1 and 1. And then we are going to put, we need to put the minis on the stem so it don't show through. Or you can take the originals and cut them in half. But because I have the minis, we're going to use the minis. right, and then we're going to do there, and then we're going to do here, and then of course we got to do the backs of our leaves. And I'm going to only just put one. I think that'll be sufficient there. Oh, snippies. We have to do our die cut for our sentiment. So let's cut off a little piece here. We didn't cut that earlier. We're going to take our soft sea foam, and we are going to take the label from the texture notes. And if you purchase this, I pre-cut this out for you because this is not part of the bundle that we're using for class. So craft along will always be one bundle. I will not mix and match it. I may use different dyes, and if that's the case, I will do all the pre-cutting for that piece. But if it's in the bundle, I will not do pre-cut. I will send you full sheets of cardstock or half a sheet cardstock, whatever it is that you need. Okay. And if you have any questions in regards to creating, crafting with me, just let me know and I'll be glad to answer any of your questions. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put our pieces together. We're going to take our backs off here, and we're going to stick that right onto the card base. Pick your spot. There's no right or wrong space. Just pick a spot and put it down. We're going to go ahead and do the stem next. That way we can... and then we're going to take this and we're going to stick it right up under there. And then we're going to take our leaves and we are going to stick them off to the side here, and we're going to tuck them under. All right. And same thing with this one. We're going to tuck it. We're going to tuck it under, and we're going to kind of bring it down just a little. So there is that. All right. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment in Secret C, and we're going to say, celebrating you. And that stamp set is right. Nope. I thought that one was it. Here it is. And it looks like it needs to be cleaned as well. So let me clean that. There, put that there. All right, so we're going to take this. All right. And then we're going to stamp Celebrating You in the Secret C right on our label. There we go. Perfect. Love it when it comes together like it's supposed to. Oh, Lordy. Dropped it on the floor. Oh. All right, guys. Let's take this and put 2 dimensionals on here. And let's take those off. And we're going to put this right down here. And then we're going to take our Baker twine, the white Baker twine. Make sure I don't have one that's already open. Do not. So we're going to take this and we're going to open it. All right. And we're going to get our base, our white out of there. And then we're going to double tie a double bow. I am famous on the double bows when it comes to the Baker twine. It's, to me, it makes it fuller and prettier. So we're going to do that. We are going to snip that. All right. And then we're going to tie the bow here and do, hopefully, pull it through. Love that. That's actually a pretty bow. All right, so get our glue dots and let's put that on with our glue dot. And this is going to go straight on the side here. There we go. Now we're going to take our in color embellishments, our 25, 27 in color embellishments. We're going to take the Secret C, and again, I'm using the big one. I am using a small one. And then we're going to use a medium-sized one to go up at the top. All right. There is that. There is card number 3. Okay. Card number 3. Now, let's go to... Where is card number 4? We are rolling them out. Whew. All right, we got to wrap up though. I'm getting tired. How about you? All right, this is going to be card number 4. And this one, I actually do have, let's see if I can find it. I actually did pre-cut this one. There it is. Perfect. All right, so that is going to save us a little time here. So for this one, if you do not have yours pre-cut, you might want to skip over this one because I am going to zoom through this one pretty quickly because I did pre-cut this card supply list. And then you can come back and do it or just catch up when you get done pre-cutting. So on this one, I used the polka dotted card base. So we're going to take this and we're going to fold it. And I thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you're enjoying this class. I have enjoyed this craft-along, and it will be back the last Monday in September. I don't have the date in mind, but it is the last date in last Monday in September. So I pre-cut the, oh, you should have this one pre-cut too. This is the petal pink, and I used the textural dies, so I've pre-cut this out for you. What you're going to do with this one is take your black momentum ink, and we are going to stamp. We're going to stamp our flower in the black momentum. And that is going to go straight onto the card. And it goes at an angle. All right. And then we're going to do our stem. So you're going to stamp your card just like you normally would. Let me get that cleaned off. All right. Here is that, okay. And then we are going to kind of put that at an angle there. So it goes through there. And then we need to stamp our leaves. All right. And then we're going to take our leaf and we're going to stamp it onto the card there. Let's see. Somehow or another, I have misplaced my other leaf. Let's see. There it is. It just don't have a block. That's why I thought I lost it. So we're going to stamp it on the back side of that block. So it's got a home now. And then we're going to take this and stamp it right. Well, I can't do 2 stamps on one thing. I should have known better. You can do that maybe if you're good enough, and probably standing up would have been easier. All right, let's see if I do this. Hold your fingers. Oh, thank goodness. Look at there. Could not have asked for a better lineup. All right, so then what I did is, what did I do to color these? Oh boy, been a while since I did this. All right, let me think on that. All right, so we're going to stamp our sentiment in Early Espresso, and I am using the You Made My Day stamp set, or stamp. You Made My Day. All right, and you should all cut out your little labels. I gave you extra cardstock so you would be able to cut this. You Made My Day. All right, and then we're going to attach that to the Early Espresso. And I just put some adhesive on there, and we are going to cut or assemble that onto the card there. All right, so what I did is I had to take in my water paintbrush, but I did not wet it. So leave it dry. And then I just colored it in with the brush. All right, and then we need to get the strawberry slush and do the same thing with it. If you had daubers, you could do the daubers as well. That would work too. But I don't have any daubers, and I used my blending brushes last night, and I forgot to wash them, so I had to do them today, and they're downstairs in the kitchen. So I'm using my blending brush, my water brush, but I'm not giving it any water. If you had the blending Stampin' blends, you could do this as well. I could have used the Stampin' Right. I do have all the Stampin' Right markers. But, and by the way, while we're talking about that, you do know that is going away. Eventually they have been put on the last chance list. So if you're wanting any of the Stampin' Right markers, now's your time to get them before they're gone, because they're not going to replace them. They're doing away with them because our red rubber is going away, and that was the main reason that they had those, or have kept them going, is because you can use them on coloring the stamp sets that are red rubber, but you could not use the blends on them. All right, so that pretty much takes care of our strawberry slush. So I'm cleaning my brush tip off there. Now I need the Shaw Shamrock. All right. And then we're going to do the same thing. I just love how this turned out. It is just so so pretty. And on this petal pink, it is really pretty. The funny thing is I wasn't going to get the stamp set, and then I got some card swaps with it, and I fell in love with it. And then I've watched a couple of demonstrators do things, and it's like, okay, I'm sold. All right, perfect. All right, so there is card number 4. Let's close up these ink pads because I have a lot of ink pads open on my desk. And I've already got green ink on my envelope, my card base here. So I've got to figure out how to clean this up. But I got ink up there, so we got to figure out how to fix that. I'll do that at another time. But right now, for today, we're going to go ahead and put our card together so you can see the finished product that we are working on. I done lost some Stampin' Seal now. All right, we're going to take this Stampin' Seal and we're going to put our pieces on the back side here. Really? I don't think people would want my loose hair. Sorry about that. We're going to take this and we're going to put onto our card base. Early Espresso. Then we're going to take it and we're going to layer it onto our card base just like this, and we're going to put it down, and then I'll figure out how to cover that up later before I use it. We're going to put this on with our dimensionals. All right, I put them somewhere. Okay. So we're going to use 3 of our dimensionals, one in the center and one on each end of our sentiment. And then this is going to go straight on to the bottom of our card. All right. Now the embellishments that you do not get in the kit, you would have to purchase these, is the muted paletted dots, and I am using the petal pink ones, but these did not come in your kit. So with this, you could use your strawberry slush, you could use any other type of embellishment that you had just in your stash. But I did not include these in there. But you are able to purchase them if you choose to. All right, guys. I know it's time. I am losing everything. All right, so we're going to use a big one. And we're going to stick it there. And then we're going to use a little one. And we're going to stick it right there. All right, so there is card number 4. All right, so let's go to card number 5. And this is our last card for the evening. And here is card number 5. Okay, so with this one, I used just the card base that they gave us in our kit. And I used the Secret Sea cardstock, strawberry slush, and the basic white. And what we do is we're going to take our Secret Sea and we're going to cut it down. All right, I'm going to move that card out of the way. Oops, wrong way. I'm going to cut this down to, we're going to make this 5 3 3/4. So we're going to cut it to 5 and then 3 3/4. I'm going to go ahead and cut everything down. No, we didn't cut it that way. We did this at 5 1/4. Look at me. Oh, goodness. All right, let me get another Secret Sea, because if I don't then it's going to throw the rest of my measurements off. So this is 5 1/4 by 4. By 4. And this is our card number 5 that we're on. And this is our last card of the kit. So thank you all for being here so long with me. I greatly appreciate it. So this one is going to be 5 3 3/4. And this is our strawberry slush. And this is 3 3/4. Okay. And then our basic white, let's see, is going to be 4 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. And what did I say? 4 3/4. And if you ordered the kit, you would have gotten all these measurements. Oh, shucks. That ain't going to work either. Trying to use it up, but let's just go ahead and use our other piece. So 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. All right. Okay, so here is our layers that we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and attach strawberry slush to Secrecy. I don't want to put my basic white on here yet because we've got to stamp. And I don't like to put it down until I know I'm done. So we're going to take our flower here, our coneflower, and our Pretty in Pink ink, and we're going to stamp our flower onto our basic white. So we're going to take this, and then we're going to do a small one right over there. All right, let's get this ink off of the desk. And then I want to take our speckles and we're going to stamp on the card itself. And yes, you do go through the flower and it's okay. All right. Like I said, I can really go to town on those speckles. I like playing with those speckles. All right, we're going to stamp our stem in the Pretty in Pink. We're going to put it down toward the bottom of our card base. Just like that. We're going to take our stems. And we're going to stamp them as well. That one wasn't clean. Did you see I had some cease in that? It'll be all right. All right, so my stamps weren't clean. Oh, goodness. It'll be all right, I guess. Sorry about that. Now we are going to take... Before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my butterfly in the Pretty in Pink, and then we're going to run it through the machine and cut out the butterfly. Let's see, where is... Do I have the butterfly mounted? Oh, goodness, guys, hold on. I don't see the butterfly. I might have to skip that piece. So in your stamp set, you should have a butterfly die stamp set. Stamp your butterfly because I am not seeing my butterfly. And I don't see it on the back of any of my other stamps. So go ahead and stamp your butterfly. And I will have to miss that piece because I don't see mine And it's stuck to the outside case. Got it. So stamp that in the Pretty in Pink ink and stamp it onto your strawberry slush. Okay, now you're going to cut that out. And then you're also going to have a piece of scrap of the Secret C. And you're going to take the die and cut that piece out with the Secret C. So in the die, you have this. You're going to cut this out with Secret C. So let's get Secret C in here. And I need my butterfly die. Where's my butterfly die? All right, so we are wrapping up, guys. Give me 1 second and we will have this card put together and you will have 5 beautiful cards using the Coneflower Bundle. Also, I did not post my social media today for the product of the week. I will post that first thing in the morning for y'all of the product of the week that I'm going to be featuring. Because I will be crashing right after this video, after I load it to my YouTube channel. Because I told my YouTube viewers that I would post it tonight, so I got to do that for them. And then I will be crashing, because 4 o'clock was a long time ago. All right, so we got that. We got our butterfly. We need to cut out, which y'all should already have that because I would have pre-cut that for y'all. Out of the texture dies, this piece right here that is on basic white cardstock. So let me cut mine real quick. Where is my basic white? All right, where's my die? And then we need to stamp this sentiment. We can put this card together. And we are done, guys. I appreciate you all for being here. All right. Yes, we've been going an hour and a half. So next month, I will ask that all pieces be pre-cut. And that way it will take up some of the time framing to where we're not so late. All right, so I used the sentiment out of the stamp case. Hey, Michelle, how are you? I hope you are doing well. I want to show you something, Michelle. When I made this card, I thought of you. Let me grab it. Sorry, guys. I am in a card swap with some other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, and we have a new stamp catalog coming out. And this card, this stamp set, I just thought of you, but I made this thinking of you when I made this. This is using one of our new stamp sets that is coming out in our catalog, and it's about fighting cancer. So when I did this, I was thinking of you, Michelle. All right, let's get back to my cards. I'm sorry, guys, but I just had to say that when I see Michelle pop in. So, with the sentiment here that we are doing, this is strawberry slush again. Okay. And we're going to stamp our sentiment that says, I love that I've known you for so many birthdays. And this is stamped in the strawberry slush. All right, so there is that. Perfect. Let's close out these ink pads. I will get all of this card assembled. And then we will be closing down. This is card number 5. Whew. Y'all are working me tonight. But that's okay. I am very thankful that I am here. I am able to do this for you and with you because y'all have supported me throughout the year. I am really, really, really close to meeting my goal for the month. I am really close. So I am excited about that as we are getting ready to come to the end for the Stampin' Up! Year. I am so excited of where I have ended up at. And I am thankful and blessed that y'all have supported me by watching my videos, sharing my videos, liking my videos, and just giving me that encouragement. So I do appreciate each and every one of you for that. And if you have not already, go ahead and share this video, like this video. I would greatly appreciate that as well, because that does help my business grow. That is how demonstrators grow their business. And this is my job. It's my second job to keep me from having to go out and physically get another job to have fun money to support my habits. So, but this does pay some of my bills, and I appreciate each and every one of you for that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and you can see this does not fit all the way across here. So you're going to take your snips, and you're going to cut it about halfway in, okay? And then you're going to take your liquid glue and just barely put it on here. I may or may not be able to do my coffee and card on Wednesday morning, so stay tuned for that. I may have to either do a pre-record or or I may have to do it at a later time. I have I want to say it's 8:40 doctor's appointment, and if that's the case, I have to look at my slip. I won't be able to do my Facebook Live on Wednesday morning for coffee and card, but I will either pre-record or post another time that I will be doing it. So stay tuned for Wednesday morning's class. All right, so we're going to put that across there. And then we're going to take our label here, and we are going to put right over the center of that where it was cut. And that is going to cover that so you don't even know that it was cut. And then we're going to top it off with our butterfly on the end. All right. And then, of course, we've got to have our embellishments. And again, I use the muted palette dots. And I am going to use the blue ones here. This did not come in your kit, so you can go on my store and purchase these if you would like those. Or you can use some embellishments that you already have, or you can use your in-color strawberry slush. But those are the ones that go with this one, because those did not come in your kit, okay? I did not put those in the kit. So since I've got the liquid glue, I'm going to just go ahead and put the liquid glue on the back here. And we are going to put that right onto the card front, just like that. Wow. All right, guys, there is card number 5. Remember, the reason I did not do the envelopes is because the packet has pre-made envelopes to go with each one of these, so I did not have to do anything with the envelopes. So let's lay out the cards again, just so you can see all of the cards. I'm going to zoom out And I'm so thankful my phone did not die. I guess it's gone on that night view that I have it set on, so I get off surfing at night. All right, so there is card number 5. Here was card number 4. Here is card number 3. All right, let's scoot these up. There's card number 3. There is card number 2. And here was card number 1. All right. I hope you can see. There we go. I hope you can see all of these in the video. It looks like you can. So there is all the cards for crafting along with me. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here and staying the time. Thanks, Debbie. I hope you enjoyed. And the stamp set that I used, I apologize. I did not share that at the very beginning like I normally do. But it is the Coneflower Celebration along with the Coneflower dies. And I used the textured note dies. And that is all of these dies. So those are the products that I used within this class. And again, I do have one class that is still available if anybody would want it. Just put in the comments sold, and I will reach out to you tomorrow to let you know how you can get it. If I have more than one person that wants the kit, put in the comment as well, and I will reach out to you and share with you and how to get that. All right, guys, I will keep you posted on my coffee and card for Wednesday. Until then, thank you and have a blessed evening.